Boo bitches! Welcome to episode 129 of C3 Crystals, Cauldrons, and Cocktails. I'm River,
And I'm Ren.
and today we're going to delve into the zodiac signs. There is
Mm.
so much to talk about each one.
Which
Um,
I know we've talked about it kind of generally.
yeah, we
Like a,
touched on
yeah,
astrology early on, I
I don't
think,
know. I don't know. I don't remember.
but we've never really talked about the actual zodiac signs. I mean, and then there's also the Chinese zodiac signs,
True,
like I'm
true,
the
true,
I'm the
true.
dragon in that one.
I'm
Um,
the tiger.
tiger.
Rar.
So yeah. But this one we're gonna talk about like, the Aquarius and those zodiac signs.
Those things.
Those things. But first, we
But
have to
first,
talk about what our drink is.
yes.
Because April Fool's is like a couple days from now, we thought that we
hmm
would try something freaky, and this is really freaky.
Now you will think that we are pranking you because of
Yeah,
April Fools. We are not.
we're not. Not really. So I call this one goblin snot because that's what it looks like to me.
hmm
Um, it's equal parts Irish cream, like Bailey's Irish cream, blue
Uh-huh.
curacao, which is orange flavor, and then Coke. And you put the Irish cream and the curacao in first, and then you add Coke, and it makes this like bubbling,
Bubbly concoction, sort of
it,
like it gives me the vibes of like a root beer float,
kind
the
of, except for it
bubbliness.
looks gross, and it really
Uh-huh.
does look like goblin snot.
Yeah, it looks really, it doesn't look appetizing.
But it's not bad. It would be a fun drink to serve if you're having an April Fool's party. Your
hmm
your guests would be like, I don't think
I
I want to
don't want
touch
to
that,
drink
but
that.
it,
Yeah,
it's actually fun.
it's not
Okay,
so bad.
so zodiac signs. Each sign carries its own unique energy, weaving its influence through the lives of those who were born under its sway.
So
So we're going to
everyone,
do, yes, and
everyone.
everybody has a zodiac sign. We're
hmm
going to start with Aquarius. We
Now,
there's no way we can get through all 12 of these, so we're
no,
only going to do a few
a
at a
few at a
time.
time. We don't
hmm
even know if we're going to get through all the ones we have for these notes.
Very true, very true.
So,
So Aquarius, I call the rebel with a cause.
okay.
So they are often hailed as rebels, visionaries, and humanitarians. They're born between January 20th and February 18th.
Oh, wait, I have a question. Why did you
Yes.
start with Aquarius?
I don't know.
Okay.
It was just, it's the January, one of the January ones. It's not the first, it's like the
It's close to the
11th, 10th.
last. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the 10th or
Yeah.
11th.
When you said
But
I want to do Aquarius and
I think
Pisces,
Pisces,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, okay, and then in my head I was like, wait, why? Because that's not even the start of the zodiac
No,
cycle.
it's
And
not.
it's and I guess it's at the kind of the beginning of the year, but not
That's
really. So I was just like, I was curious as to why you wanted to start with Aquarius.
Yeah, I think because it's January. So even though it's not the
Like
beginning of
right
January,
on the yeah, because
yeah, because
Capricorn comes before.
Capricorns,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
But my sister is an Aquarius, so
okay.
I don't know. I was just curious because I don't really know anything about anybody else's signs but ours, and we're both
Yeah.
Libras. So
Yeah.
I was very curious to see if this matched my sister's
hmm
personality.
Okay.
So Aquarians possess a distinct blend of intellect, independence, and altruism that sets them apart from the rest of the zodiac signs.
hmm
Their element is air. Their color is light blue or silver. Their day is Saturday. They are ruled by Uranus. Uranus?
It's
I don't know
Uranus.
how to say it.
It's
Uranus.
Uranus.
Okay. Okay. Their greatest compatibility is supposed to be a Leo or a Sagittarius.
Okay.
And their lucky numbers are 4, 7, 11, 22, and 29.
Hmm.
So their symbol, like in the stars, and their symbol that you see when you look it up, that each zodiac has its own
hmm
symbol,
hmm
they are the water bearer.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
it's really funny because they are not a water sign, they are an air sign.
Oh,
But
interesting. I just
isn't
figured,
that interesting?
isn't Pisces a water sign? So I just figured that Aquarius
Yeah, no, they're
and
an air
Aquarius
sign.
like is like aqua. Like you would think that they would
And
be a
that is
water
a
sign.
very
Interesting. See,
common
y'all can tell that
misconception.
I don't know. I like the zodiacs and I love to like play into the, oh, I'm a Libra. I have this
Hmm.
quality, blah, blah,
Hmm.
blah. But I'm not like, I don't know how to read the
Rigidly bound
charts. I
by
don't know
it.
how to do all
Yeah,
of that. Like
yeah.
I just in my life and how it's incorporated in my life, I don't really know much.
Hmm.
I only know about mine and maybe like my significant other or
Hmm.
my sisters. And I actually have my two sisters that I have. Well, I have
Hmm.
three, but two of my sisters. Anyways, I'm messing this up. Two of my sisters are both Virgos.
Hmm.
And so I'm very in tuned with Virgo energy. My
Okay.
other sister, she is a Scorpio. Scorpio?
I
Sagittarius. No,
think,
she's a Sagittarius. We've talked about this. We have
yes, I
talked
was
about
going to
this.
say, I know that we talked
She's
about
a
this.
Sagittarius.
Yes, I think that's what you said. Yeah.
And her and I butt heads a lot. And it's I mean, I think it is a thing where Libras and Sagittariuses don't really get along as much.
That's so funny.
Mhm. Sorry.
What else? That's
Just
okay.
talking about myself.
The
What's
air
unusual?
the air sign explains their intellectual nature. They are, and
Hmm.
my sister is super smart, so Aquarius fits her that way.
Hmm.
The image of the water bearer pouring water symbolizes the sharing of knowledge and the nourishment of humanity's collective consciousness, which
Okay.
to me, that also fits her because she is the oldest child in my family and super smart and is all about teaching others, spreading her knowledge.
Hmm.
Aquarians are known for their progressive thinking, originality, and unconventional approach to life. Individualism runs very deep in the Aquarian psyche.
Okay.
They kind of march to the beat of their own drum. They're not afraid to challenge the societal norms and conventions, which that doesn't really go with her. Although she um, works in a male dominated field, and so she was unconventional that way
Hmm.
and pushed through and made her own footprint there. So, in that way, but um, I wouldn't say she challenges people, which is, she's more politic than outright
Hmm. Okay.
grunting up with the challenge. But
Okay.
they are pioneers of change, which is very true. They often spearhead movements for social justice, equality, and innovation.
Hmm.
And she is very active in all kinds of societal community groups to try to help
Oh,
people. So
okay.
that
That's
that
nice.
fits her
Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Intellect and innovation. The Uranus is the planet of revolution and unexpected change, and Aquarians possess those qualities
Hmm.
and an insatiable curiosity about the
The
room around
room.
them, the world around them.
Yeah, to
And
each their own.
did you know
Uh-huh.
that one day on Uranus takes about 17 hours? One day is 17 hours. And this
Hmm.
is the amount of time it takes Uranus to rotate on its axis. But one year on Uranus, which is
Hmm.
the time it takes to go all the way around the sun,
Hmm.
is 84 Earth years.
Okay. Okay.
So
That
they
makes
have
sense. Yeah.
shorter days than we do because it
Hmm.
rotates faster,
Hmm.
but their year is 84 of our years. I just thought that was kind of cool.
I wonder how
Anyway,
time works that way. Like, I know people have the answer, and if I sat down and thought about it instead of just asking this question, then I would already have the answer, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to use my brain. I wonder, so would that mean you would age slower on
that's a
Uranus?
good question.
Because like your hours, like you only have 17 hours in a day,
Well,
but
like
it
we've
takes
talked about,
84 Earth years. So if you're on Uranus, would you age the same? Like that's all I'm asking. Like,
I feel
would it
like
be equivalent? I don't know.
time is a human
It is.
construct,
It
as
is.
we've
We've had
talked
this
about. So
discussion.
I don't know that that would change the reality of our being. I don't know that that would change depending on what planet we're on. Now,
I
I
think
do
it
know
would though.
that when you travel, space travel, the closer you get to the speed of light, the slower you age,
Hmm.
from what I've read.
Because like let's say there's a planet that is habitable and we go
Hmm.
there and their days are much, let's say, longer and it takes a lot longer to get around the sun. And so wouldn't we essentially start aging slower if we're in
I
their
don't
time frame?
know.
I don't know. My brain
That
hurts.
reminds me of Ray Bradbury's short story. I think it was Fire and Ice. It's people, humans, went to explore this other planet and they crash
Hmm.
landed on the planet, and time moved differently there, so that a human's lifespan was 7 days or something like that.
Oh yeah.
From baby to old and dying was
Uh-huh.
all
Uh-huh.
7 days. So that kind of goes to the thought of what you're saying, is that it would change given the time on that planet.
I just don't know.
I don't know either.
We're
That's fascinating.
we're
Totally off topic
Yes,
now.
absolutely. But okay, let's continue. We can have this discussion
Okay.
somewhere else.
Aquarians
Okay.
are innovators drawn to cutting edge ideas and unconventional solutions. Their
Hmm.
minds are constantly buzzing with new concepts and possibilities, and they thrive in environments that allow them to think outside the box.
Okay.
They are also deeply humanitarian, driven by a strong sense of empathy and a desire to make the world a better place.
All right.
They are passionate about social causes and are often found championing the rights of marginalized people and the oppressed.
Hmm.
Their compassion knows no bounds. They're always willing to lend a helping hand to those in need. Now, what I love is reading all
Okay.
the memes about these
Oh
these
yeah, yeah.
Zodiac things that you see on Facebook and Instagram and all that, and I find them hilarious. So I found some on social media as to Aquarius. So Aquarius as a ghost would possess people.
Okay.
Aquarius as a tiny cat, which was the weirdest meme I ever saw. An Aquarius would be a cat taco.
Okay.
Aquarius's favorite snack is seasoned popcorn because it's distinctive and homemade.
Hmm.
Their toxic trait is that they put up a wall when irritated and are like, get back to me in 3 to 5 business days.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
And there, yeah, I was reading some of this and I'm like, me. Aquarius is also a master at ignoring people,
Okay.
which I have been ignored by my sister before. So that does fit in there.
It checks out.
Um, Aquarians are, they value freedom
Hmm.
and independence above all else, and they'll resist anything that threatens to clip their wings. They thrive in environments that allow them that freedom to explore their interests and to pursue
Hmm.
their passions.
Hmm.
Routine and predictability are just the opposite of what an Aquarian spirit is.
Hmm.
And that is not my sister. She thrives on routine. Um,
I know, but I thrive on routine. And I feel like just people thrive on routine in
I mean, I
general.
think that is a very human need, is
Hmm.
to be comfortable. We become comfortable.
Yeah, we have our like little comfort zones.
Hmm.
If we're pushed
Hmm.
out of them, we like wiggling a worm. No.
Yeah. At their core, Aquarians are fiercely authentic beings who refuse to conform to societal expectations, which that is definitely not my sister. She conforms, but
Uh-huh.
she does it. It's like she conforms, but she still thinks what she thinks. But like in her field that she works in,
Hmm.
she dresses the way that a woman in that field is expected to dress, that kind of thing. But she does it with her own flair.
Okay.
She doesn't let it keep her down, but
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
does conform, which I think in her field is required for her to be able to get ahead, which is
Hmm.
unfortunate because there shouldn't be any difference between men and women in the
We've had this
workplace.
discussion. Yes.
We have. So they even though they're really independent, Aquarians are very sociable creatures and they thrive in the company of other like-minded people.
Hmm.
So they're drawn to communities and social circles that celebrate diversity and intellect and creativity. And friendship is sacred to Aquarians. They cherish these connections that they forge with others. They're natural born communicators. Again, the air sign is communication, and they effortlessly engage with others, and share their wit, their charm, and their intellect with others, and they love doing that.
Hmm.
They excel in group settings. They have an ability to inspire and motivate others and help others shine. So they're not
Hmm.
one of those that is like, me, look at me. They help those around them. That is very much my sister. They make sure that everyone's voice is heard and respected. So excellent leaders, my
Yeah,
sister
I could see
included.
that. Hmm.
Hmm. And did you know that Aquarians are actually problem solvers, which she is very much. Most people with the Aquarius zodiac sign are great thinkers and they know how to handle difficult situations very well. And this quality helps them solve problems wisely.
Hmm.
Now, the challenges and growth that an Aquarian might need, they have all these admirable traits, but they can be rebellious. They sometimes border on being obstinate. That makes it wow difficult for them to compromise or see things from an alternative perspective.
Hmm.
Their quest for freedom and independence might also lead them to resist commitment or intimacy in relationships, fearing that it's going to encroach upon their self.
Hmm.
Additionally, Aquarians may struggle with feelings of alienation and detachment as their forward-thinking ideas and unconventional beliefs kind of sets them apart from everybody else.
They're too good
So,
for everyone.
and that's what other people seem to think of them. So they've got to strike that balance
Hmm.
to help them, be the individual they need to be. But since they value connection, they've got to learn how to balance that.
Hmm.
Um, and their rebellious nature inspires others to challenge the status quo for the better and makes the world a better place, which
Hmm.
I do think my sister does that. She makes the world a better place.
Well, doesn't it sound like Aquariuses are very good?
Yes,
Very
yes.
good. It makes me feel like, should I have those traits to want to help people? I should, but I don't. Well, that's not true.
Yeah,
We have a
I mean,
podcast where we help spread
yeah, and we're
positive
empathic.
energy and
Both of us
yeah,
have
but I like
empathic.
to shut that out. I don't like
I
listening to it.
know
I don't want to deal with it.
it's
I want to
hard.
I
Yeah.
want to do my own thing. I want to live my life the way I want. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't like it. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like it.
I mean, what's funny is that both you and I are Libras and we're very different in a lot of ways. And yet we're
Yeah.
very similar in a lot of ways too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll be curious when we go into the depths of our Libra-ness and see how similar we are on
See
those.
what we say and what we align with. Oh gosh.
Hmm. Okay, so the next one in row, since I've started at the end, I mean, we're going
Uh-huh.
into Pisces, which I think is the 12th one. It
It
is the
is, I
last
think.
one.
Yeah.
So Pisces, I titled Navigating the Depths of the Soul.
Okay.
So Pisces is this complex tapestry of emotion, intuition, and imagination. Their time frame is February 19th through March 20th.
So that we just transferred from Pisces time into Aries.
No, Aquarius to Pisces.
No, no, no.
Oh,
Like
in our
physically,
world,
like in our
like
not
in the real world.
in our magical podcast world. We are in between,
Wow, so
Aquarius and
sorry.
Pisces. No. I was talking about, sorry. I should have clarified. Like right now, like in today,
Mm-hmm.
like today,
Mm-hmm.
we are just now out of like 9 days out of
Mm-hmm.
Pisces
Mm-hmm.
and into Aries.
Yes.
Okay.
So Pisces now. We're out of Aquarius and into I don't know what we're
We're
talking
out
about.
because right now, when this
Right
comes out,
now,
when this
Oh yeah, we'll
episode
be
comes
done
out.
with Pisces.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Thank you. The dots connected. Yay.
Ding, 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 ding. Well, can I talk about Pisces now?
Yeah. I was just saying, like, oh, well, darn, like if this podcast
Yeah,
episode came out earlier, we would have still
then
been
we
in
would have been,
Pisces.
yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay. So they are often hailed as the dreamers, the mystics, and the empathic souls of the zodiac.
Okay.
Their symbol is the fish. They are fish swimming in opposite directions.
So does that mean
You
that
can't,
they're water?
they are water. I'm pretty sure.
Question mark?
I think so. I don't know that I wrote that down on this one. But they symbolize the two fish are swimming in opposite directions, tied together by an invisible bond. And so Pisces embodies duality and fluidity.
Okay.
They are the poets of the zodiac, which makes me wonder if Jessica is one because she is a poet, one of our listeners.
Jessica, are
Are
you?
you are you a what am I talking about?
Oh
Are
my
you a
gosh.
Pisces?
Okay.
Okay, so maybe you shouldn't serve these drinks because April Fools will all be fools on April
Yeah,
Fools.
yeah, for real, for real.
Okay, so Pisces are ruled by Neptune, which is the planet of dreams, illusions, and spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
They possess a deep connection to the unseen realms and the mysteries of the universe. And did you know that Neptune, you know this
I
because
do.
but
I'm
our
a
people,
space
do you
freak.
all know
Mm-hmm.
that Neptune is an ice giant and it is made up of dense, quote, icy materials, mainly water, methane, and ammonia, not pneumonia,
Oh.
above a small rocky core. And it's blue because of the methane. It's
Mm-hmm.
a blue methane, that the methane on that planet happens to be blue.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the only planet in our solar system that we can't see with our naked eye. All the other planets we can actually see with our naked eye.
Hmm. I didn't know that fact.
I didn't know that either.
That's interesting.
Empathy is the cornerstone of the Piscean,
Pisces people.
the Pisces people soul.
Soul.
They possess an innate ability to understand and empathize with the emotions of others, often taking on the pain and suffering of those around them as if it were their own, which
Hmm.
a lot of empaths have that problem, but this is
Yeah.
apparently very common with Pisces.
Okay.
This profound sensitivity can be both a blessing and a curse, as anybody who is an empath knows,
Yeah.
as it allows the Pisces people to forge emotional connections, but it also leaves them vulnerable to psychic attacks and being
Okay.
overwhelmed
Yeah, I could
by.
see that. Yeah.
They are visionaries and artists. They
Mm-hmm.
channel their boundless imagination into creative expression.
Mm-hmm.
They are natural storytellers. They weave intricate tales that blur the lines between reality and fantasy.
I could see that. See, my husband's like a family member is
Mhm.
Pisces. And
Hmm.
I don't know. There is a different energy about Pisces. I will say that every Pisces I have met is very similar and
Interesting.
that he does tell very good stories. Like he is very engaging when he tells
Mhm.
stories. So that's rather interesting.
Interesting. That is. Their intuitive gifts allow them to tap into the collective unconsciousness, bringing forth inspiration and insight from the depths of their souls.
Okay.
Creativity is not just a hobby for them, it is a way of life. Whether it's painting or writing or music, whatever it is that they put their creativity into, I was going to
Mm-hmm.
say creativeness,
Yeah.
but they pour their hearts and souls into that craft, whatever it is.
Okay.
And that is a means of catharsis for them as well as self-expression.
Mm-hmm.
And their art serves as a mirror. It reflects the beauty and complexity of the human experience for all to see. So the fun memes about Pisces as a ghost would be a little girl ghost who often plays with other little kids and becomes their best friends, but they can either be good or bad.
Interesting.
As a tiny cat, a Pisces would wear a top hat and a bow tie.
Okay.
A Pisces favorite snack would be assorted macaroons. You know how they are
Oh, I
all those
love
beautiful
macaroons.
pastel
Yeah.
colors or jewel tone
Like the
colors?
French snack,
Mm-hmm.
like the French.
Yes. And that symbolizes creativity and artisticness. Their
Hmm.
toxic trait, which I thought this was funny, I wonder if it's true. They wake up on time, but then they just lay in bed until they're late.
Isn't that all of us though?
And another thing that they say about Pisces is they drink like a fish and swear like a pirate. So I'm curious to
Okay.
know if that's true. With their heads in the clouds all the time and their hearts in the stars all the time, that they are deeply attuned to the spiritual dimensions of existence.
Hmm.
And they have this profound sense of faith and trust that in the unseen forces that govern the universe, and they find solace in their connection to something that's greater than themselves.
Hmm.
And spirituality is not just a belief system, it is a
Wow.
way of life. I know, I'm sorry, permeating every aspect of their being. And transcendence is actually their ultimate goal. They want to transcend the limits of the material world and merge with the universe, the divine, whatever it may be
Hmm.
for that
Hmm.
individual.
Yeah.
And in moments of deep meditation or contemplation, they may experience states of unity, consciousness, where they feel like they are connected to everything. And I think a lot of people who meditate feel that at times as well. If you
Hmm.
finally reach that lovely meditative state where you can
Yeah.
feel the energy in the trees and the grass and the air around you. Um, but Pisces are apparently, they can do that innately.
Hmm.
But because they are compassionate healers and nurturers, they do have some limitations. They're so selfless and they go through such lengths to alleviate suffering of others, they often sacrifice their own needs and desires in the process.
Hmm.
Theirs is a love that knows no bounds, transcending the limitations of time and space, but that can lead them to neglect their own well-being as they prioritize everybody else instead of
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
So they've got to learn. Pisces are the sign that needs to learn how to establish healthy boundaries, how to practice self-care, and to avoid getting burned out. They've got to maintain their equilibrium, their
Hmm.
emotional and physical equilibrium.
Yeah.
Um, they also, I hear, enjoy the comfort of being sad, and they have these erratic mood swings, which is interesting. I can kind of see that. Like maybe they're dramatic and that they enjoy the feeling of sadness, which I think they probably enjoy the feeling of all emotions because they're so
Hmm.
connected to the
That's
world
how
around
I
them.
am. I like being sad. I know that's such a weird thing, but
It was
it's
fascinating.
it's the feeling of feeling, like it's the idea that you understand the emotions you're going through and like it's about understanding to me. And so that
Hmm.
makes me feel like, yeah, I'm sad right now. Maybe I don't know why I'm sad in that moment, or maybe I do, but understanding that the feeling that I'm feeling is sadness makes me feel
Well, alive.
comforting and it's
Yeah,
nice.
because
Yeah.
it means you're alive. It means that you're experiencing things. You're not stuck in a stagnant, you're feeling this emotion and that means something. So
Yeah.
I get that. Also, they tend to give great advice, but they don't follow great advice
Isn't
themselves.
that everyone as well?
That may be everyone as well. So those were my two. I don't know how
Mhm.
long we've been talking, but we hopefully will do two
We've been,
more.
yeah, we've been talking for about like I would say 30-ish minutes,
Okay, that's not bad.
give or take a
Okay.
couple minutes because we always talk in the beginning before we hit record
Yeah.
and all of
Yeah,
that.
I'm not sure when we actually got started.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I am talking about Aries, which is the next one.
Hmm.
And you and I took our notes in very different
We
ways,
did. We did, which we are very
which is
different
yeah.
people.
So I guess I'll just start it off. I'm not going to try to elaborate in what I did. I'll just
Okay.
talk.
We'll just do it.
So
Yeah.
Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, which is why I asked in the beginning.
Why I started with
Yeah.
the 11th
Hmm.
and 12th, I don't know.
Because we're weird and, that's what we do.
I
And
do what I
so
want.
do what you want. We started with Aquarius. Oh
11 and
gosh.
12. Okay.
Yep. So, this time span is from March 21st to April 19th, which
Okay.
we are in that time right
I
now.
understand in the real world.
And it is ruled by the planet Mars.
Okay.
So, Aries is a fire sign representing
Okay.
passion, energy, and the spark of creation. And fire is associated with transformation, courage, and action.
Okay.
So, fire is associated with or it's
Pat
traditionally associated
passion.
with, yeah, passion. I already kind of said that, with the South, symbolizing energy, courage, and manifestation.
Okay.
And then, so I thought that was interesting. So I was like, what's the direction? Like, that's the direction is the
Mm-hmm.
South. And I
Okay.
didn't know that there was a direction for
I
a
didn't
zodiac, but it
talk
makes
about that at
sense.
all, but it
Yeah,
does make
it makes
sense.
sense because I mean, it's all in the stars and there's directions that,
Mm-hmm.
which, anyways, I'm not going to say something that's dumb because I don't know what I'm talking about, but I thought it was cool that there's a direction. There's also
Okay.
a season. And so fire is aligned with the summer season when
Makes
the
sense.
sun's energy is at its peak.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this was cool. Tools that are associated with Aries are athames, which are ritual knives,
Okay.
candles, which makes sense, incense, and all of that. They're very common because two of these have to deal with fire and
Yeah.
rituals. And athames, I mean, I don't know. To me, it just makes sense, but it didn't really elaborate on why athames, like how it did with candles and incense.
Yeah. Candles and incense make sense because
Mm-hmm.
they're
Haha,
fire.
makes sense. Ha
Ah,
ha
they make sense. But an
Bubbles.
athame, I don't know that I would associate an athame with fire. That's interesting.
I don't know. I mean, anathema can go with anything, but I feel like with the
Right.
passion and everything that an Aries stands for, an athame makes sense,
Okay.
depending on how you use it, I guess.
I guess so.
So with the ruling planet, which is Mars,
Mm-hmm.
and this kind of that Mars is seen as like the warrior planet,
Mm-hmm.
the planet of action, drive, and determination. So
Mm-hmm.
Mars is often depicted as the, god of war in Roman
Mm-hmm.
mythology, embodying
Mm-hmm.
qualities such as courage, assertiveness, that passion again, passion comes up a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
aggression. There's a lot of energetic influence that Mars has over Aries, which might help, like, might determine desires and how you take action on your life.
Okay.
It represents your drive, that ambition, determination, and like you can overcome obstacles. Maybe, let's say, Mars is in retrograde. Maybe that's not
Mm-hmm.
a good thing for an Aries. I actually
Mm-hmm.
didn't look that up.
I didn't think to look
Yeah.
the retrogrades
Or
up, but okay.
maybe if it is like maybe if it is in retrograde, that's the best time for an Aries. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But Mars in astrology, Mars transits and influence like a collective influence and individual energy, often manifesting as periods of heightened activity, assertiveness, and sometimes conflict as well.
Interesting.
And the placement of Mars in the birth chart can indicate, like, so if you were born on, let's say, at the beginning of Aries versus the end of Aries, where Mars
Mm-hmm.
is in your chart
Ah.
kind of determines if you're going to be a little bit more assertive, like have an assertive nature or have driven desires, or, you approach things differently, like where you maybe stand back and like collectively listen, or you take action. It just depends,
Interesting.
which I thought was very
That is
interesting.
fascinating. I was going to tell you a little bit about Mars. I know you know, but for our
Hmm.
listeners, Mars is known as the red planet. I think most people know
Yes.
that. And this is because Mars is covered with soil, rock, and dust that's made from iron oxide.
Iron. Yeah.
Yeah, which gives the surface a red, rusty color. Also, Mars has this volcano. It's a dormant
Uh-huh.
volcano, Olympus Mons, and it is the largest volcano and highest mountain in our entire solar system.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. It is 16 miles high, and why I switched from miles to kilometers, I don't know. 600 kilometers across the base. That
Uh-huh.
makes it 3 times the height of Mount Everest.
Which I just think is so cool.
That's crazy.
again, I was gonna go off topic, but I'm not going to. I think that is pretty. I love the planets and thinking about
Hmm.
other terrains that we don't get to see and other things that could exist out there. I really do like thinking
Hmm.
about it.
It's so cool.
So the tarot card that is associated with Aries is the Emperor, symbolizing
Interesting.
authority, leadership, and ambition. It represents taking charge of situations and exercising control, which I thought was pretty
Interesting.
cool. Herbs and plants that are associated with Aries are nettle, ginger, garlic, cayenne, and wait, cayenne, thistle, and
Yeah,
barberry.
yeah.
And
I can see cayenne for sure because that's
it's like
associated with the
spicy,
fire.
yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
but nettle is associated with Aries for its fiery energy and ability to stimulate vitality and courage.
Okay.
Ginger is known for its warming and in I
Invigorating.
invigorating. I don't know why I put that word in there if I can't even read it. Invigorating properties. This is that it's like a subtle herb for Aries in this one.
Hmm.
And then the I lost my spot. Hold on. It's really
Cayenne.
tiny. Cayenne pepper. The cayenne pepper is sorry. The cayenne pepper is a fiery herb associated with Aries. Aries is their dynamic and energetic nature. Um, and then thistle is associated with Aries for its protective qualities and its ability to thrive in harsh environments, reflecting,
Interesting.
Aries' resilience and strength. And then barberry, however you say it, is associated with it has sharp, thorny branches, which associates itself with Aries' ability to protect against negative energies.
Okay.
I don't know why I struggled through that so much. And then some crystals that are associated with Aries are the bloodstone, which makes sense, carnelian,
Hmm.
red
Hmm.
jasper, ruby, garnet, diamond, which diamond makes a lot of sense,
100%.
and
Yeah.
fire agate.
Hmm.
It's I mean, I didn't really break it down as to why and which each stone really means, sort of like how I did with the herbs just for a
Yeah.
second like
I wish
there,
I
but
had gone into this kind of detail
yeah.
too. You did a
No, but
great
I
job.
mean,
This is
we
great.
just took two different
Yeah.
curves of it,
Yes. Sometimes when we do notes, we work together. And this one, since it was
just like
separate things,
separate,
we
yeah,
each just picked ours.
what we kind of
And
wanted
so
to
we
do.
didn't do it together. So
Yeah.
interesting.
And then when working with crystals, it's essential to cleanse and charge them, but I feel like when you're an Aries, you should charge them under a specific moon or under a
Hmm.
specific phase, or maybe
Or maybe depending on where
if
Mars
yeah,
is
if
at the
Mars is
time.
in the sky at the
Yeah.
time, which I can't remember
Hmm.
right now if it's up or not, probably since we are in that zone.
I don't know. I
I
don't
think it
know.
is. So right now I think would be a great time to maybe harness some sort of energy like that in your crystals,
Hmm.
and it can be used to enhance maybe if you're wanting to work with an Aries, or if you have an Aries, like I know there's like Aries sun or Libra moon like type of thing that you
Yeah.
have. Again, I don't know. Well, we are going to
We
educate ourselves and have an
we
episode.
will. We
But
will.
right, as this moment, I don't know. So
Hmm.
maybe you can insert your crystals, like whatever it is, bloodstone, carnelian, red jasper, into those type of rituals as well.
Hmm.
And I wanted to talk a little bit about magical correspondences. So Aries is associated with red, the color of
Hmm.
passion. There's passion again, and
That makes
vitality.
sense. Yep.
They are known for like their warrior energy, which I thought was really cool, and that's because of
Hmm.
Mars, and
Hmm.
it's the planet of war. And
Yep.
I can't remember, did I say it already and I just already blanked out of what the who the god is?
I mean, it is
It's
the
just the
god
god of
Mars.
war, just Mars. Okay, my
Mars
brain
is the
is
god of war. Yeah.
I'm not putting it together. Apparently, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do great today. No, win. So
It's the goblins, not,
it's the
that's what it
goblin's not.
is.
That's what it is. So it can be called upon, the warrior energy I'm talking about, back on topic. It can be called upon to overcome the challenges, assert boundaries, and defend against negative influences. So I
Hmm.
really liked that because, and I like it that it's called warrior energy, because you can
Hmm.
just be like, no, I need to assert my warrior energy right now to cast this spell or whatever. And I just thought it was really
I
I
love it.
like it. I like
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also, you can use it in passion and desire. Mars's energy is also utilized for spells related to sexual energy, passion, like how I've been saying passion a lot, but apparently Aries are very
Aries
passionate.
are passionate people.
So it can be channeled to ignite maybe romance, enhance libido, and strengthen a relationship. And
Okay.
I would say passion can go into more than just like your one-on-one partner relationship. It can also be passion towards like a family member. Like if maybe you're not talking to your mom as much and you're
Mm-hmm.
very passionate, driven human,
Mm-hmm.
maybe something like that. Maybe you can have this strengthened bond between other familiar relationships, not just partner relationships or whatever like that.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
And then Mars also represents the power of transformation through con I put big words in here and I hurt myself for it.
Well, it's different when you're writing and then when you have to
Yeah,
speak it. Yeah.
yeah. Mars represents the power of transformation through confrontation and action. There we go. It can
Woo!
assist in banishing negativity, breaking through obstacles, and initiating that change.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would say that magical intentions kind of goes into that, how I kind of already talked about it. But
Mm-hmm.
Aries energy is excellent for spells and rituals and involving passion, courage, new beginnings, assertiveness, and leadership. So technically, as a Libra, I can use this time and this energy to harness Aries energy and assert
Mm-hmm.
myself if I need assertiveness, if I need new beginnings. This is a
I,
very
I,
good time to do
I
that.
think that is why it's so important to know where the planets are and when we're in the moon of whatever,
Hmm.
because for those of us who aren't these particular zodiac signs,
Yeah,
we can still harness their energy in the proper time, which we don't know yet, but
exactly.
we
Yeah.
will
Yeah,
learn.
we will. We will learn. Right now, we're
Hmm.
dumb. And then I thought it was really interesting, like how you did with like the memes. I really liked
Hmm.
the personality traits. So I'll explain a few, but I'm just gonna explain what they kind of are. So we all know that individuals, we share personality traits if we're born in the same
Hmm.
time, but also at
Hmm.
the same time, you're not. Like, I just feel like it's a lot of things that people relate to when you're trying to
Hmm.
read a horoscope. I'm like, oh, everybody can relate to that. Or maybe
True,
a
true.
lot of people can, some don't. But I know that the ruling personality trait of an Aries is assertiveness. They
Okay.
are known for their boldness, their assertiveness. They have that strong sense of self, which I do agree.
Hmm.
I personally haven't really been close with an Aries, but every single thing I see on social media, whenever I talk to friends who have friends that are Aries, they're very bold and assertive.
Hmm.
They're also courageous, which
Hmm.
I would agree. I feel like they're willing to take risks and face those challenges head on with
Okay.
unwavering determination and fearlessness. Now, I'm a chicken, so I need some of that. I'm a scaredy cat when it comes to a lot of things. So I need some courage. They're very independent. They're very energetic people. They have that enthusiasm, that what I put gusto in
Gusto.
my
I like
notes.
that word.
But they again, this does go back into their passion. They are
Hmm.
very spontaneous people. They are very optimistic as well, which I thought was interesting. They tend to have a positive outlook. Now, everybody could have a positive
Hmm.
outlook or not, depending on what's happening in your life.
Hmm.
They are seen to be impulsive, which I thought was probably
Interesting. Hmm.
par on with the stories that I've heard. Passionate again is coming up, and
Yep.
competitive. Competitive is something
Hmm.
I thought was, I don't know, when I say all of these personality traits, I'm like, yep, that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Now, why
I
do I
don't know
why do
that
I
many
feel that it
Aries.
makes sense? But it makes sense. And
Okay.
this one got me because with all the passion and all the intenseness that comes with an Aries, they are very honest. They are
Oh,
known for them being straightforward. They value authenticity and they expect the same from others, which I thought was very interesting because they are blunt. They have that
yeah.
bluntness. And
Hmm.
I don't know, if you are blunt and you just say what's on your mind and you seem and appear maybe cold-hearted in that instance, if you're blunt. Like, I mean, being blunt is, it
Mm-hmm.
can be good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're being seen in that way, I wouldn't think that honesty would be something that you would value. So I
That's
really thought
interesting.
this was interesting. Yeah.
Well, I looked up some memes about Aries too, because I love the Zodiac memes. They're so
Uh-huh.
funny to me.
Uh-huh.
Their toxic trait is that they refuse help since they can, quote, do it themselves,
Uh-huh.
end
I could
quote.
see that.
But then
Yeah.
they get mad when they have no
When they
help.
don't get help. Yeah.
Aries as a ghost would hide in the closet and scream demonically at night. Aries as a tiny cat, it was a little gray fluff ball sitting on a skateboard. I don't know what that means.
That's cute though.
Aries' favorite snack, buffalo cauliflower bites, because they're fiery and
Oh,
adventurous, just like
okay.
Aries
I
are.
know, but cauliflower bites, come on, at least have like real
Right,
chicken.
right. Aries always has to be right, even when they're wrong.
Absolutely. And then, so now I say, I don't think we're gonna have enough time to follow up on my next one.
Yeah. Well, we can move
So
on to Taurus. How long have we been talking?
for almost an hour.
Okay. We'll do Taurus
Okay, so I'm just gonna
and let,
jump into Taurus. I
okay.
basically what I was gonna talk about were like rituals and practices that you could use during this season of Aries, but I kind of have already said that up above
Okay.
already. Like, I mean, it's gonna be a broken record. You have intention, you use these crystals and herbs that I told you about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
so I know, I mean, it's basically a broken record. So we can just hop right into Taurus.
Okay.
So Taurus, I've again never really known a Taurus, maybe one, and she actually is a really good friend. I met her in college and we graduated together, but we don't really keep connection after. But she was pretty cool.
I think my
So,
mom's a Taurus.
oh,
I'm pretty sure. Wait. What is the time frame for Taurus?
oh gosh, I didn't even put the time frame in here. Look at us. We're all over the place.
Because let's see. Well, we know it starts April 20th,
Hmm.
and my
I'm
mom's
not sure when it ends. I should have
birthday
put
is
the
May
dates. I
8th.
didn't.
So she's definitely a Taurus. So I'll be
Mhm.
curious to hear
Mhm.
about
Okay.
this.
So Taurus energy is associated with earthly energy,
Okay.
stability, and sensuality. In
Okay.
witchcraft and occult contexts, each zodiac sign is believed to have its own unique correspondences. And
Mm-hmm.
so I wanted to explain them. So the element is earth for Taurus, which
Okay.
means it is deeply connected to the physical realm, material possessions, and the natural world. Earth signs are often associated with grounding energy, practicality,
Practicality.
my excuse me, and stability.
I mean,
So,
that is my mom. She is practical to no end. So interesting. Okay.
yeah. So, with stability and grounding, Earth is this stable and grounding energy, and Taurus is just like that, which I
Mm-hmm.
thought was really cool. Individuals born under a Taurus, I was going to say Talus, I don't know where that came from. Taurus tend to value security and reliability in their lives. They
Mm-hmm.
seek stability in their relationships, their finances, their surroundings. They work with the earth and the element to help themselves, like like them feel more individual and rooted and secure in their endeavors.
Okay.
Taurus is often associated with material realm, including possessions, finances, physical comforts, which I
Mm-hmm.
I I would say I do too. Like I that part of me,
Me
I'm right
too.
there.
Yep.
Earth energy emphasizes practicality and its down to earth to life approach, which I'm saying earth a lot, down to earth, but that's very much how a Taurus is.
I can see that. That goes with my mom.
These individuals are often skilled at managing resources and building solid foundations for themselves and others. So, this is a way
Okay.
that they help others as well.
Mm-hmm.
Their earthly energy is closely connected to the physical senses. This includes touch, taste, and smell.
Mm-hmm.
Taurus individuals have a strong appreciation for sensory pleasures and other indulgences in luxury experiences.
My mom is that way, especially when it comes to food. She
Oh yeah. I mean, I
loves
love food.
gourmet
Oh,
food. She loves, like, she just yesterday she texted that she was eating chocolate covered cherries. I mean, that's so
I love
Taurus,
that.
apparently.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Working with the earth element can enhance Taurus's enjoyment and sensual delights and foster a deeper connection to the physical body,
Mm-hmm.
which is also very interesting because towards the end, Taurus has a really big section on shadow work,
Oh,
which I
interesting.
thought was really cool.
Huh.
So, Earth is fertile and abundant, and so this symbolizes growth and prosperity. Taurus individuals have a natural talent for cultivating wealth and abundance in their lives. I wish. They are patient and persistent in their efforts, steadily nurturing their goals until they bear fruit, which I thought was like bear
That
fruit,
is
like with the earth.
interesting. Yeah.
So working with the earth element can help Taurus people, however you want to say it,
Taurasians.
Taurusians, um, and manifest their desires and attract prosperity into their lives. And then with this, they can have a deep connection to nature.
Mm-hmm.
So with them being this earth element, like earth being their element, this earth sign, they have a they have a potential. I'm really struggling. Potential to connect to the natural world, including like plants, animals, and landscapes.
That's
Taurus.
interesting. My mother had us all camping from the
Uh-huh.
time we were babies.
Uh-huh.
She was very insistent that we all learned how to use a compass and we all learned how to hike in the
Oh,
woods. We
that's
had
nice.
our own little backpacks that we had to carry our own stuff in and all of that. So I think she did does have a very
Hmm.
good connection to nature and pass that on to all of us. That's
That's
interesting.
nice. Yeah. But with this, like they have an affinity for nature and outdoors, and
Mm-hmm.
spending time outdoors is rejuvenating to them.
Mm-hmm.
Working with the earth element can deepen the connection that we have with the natural world and foster a sense of harmony within our environment.
Mm-hmm.
So now the ruling planet, which I love, Venus.
Mm-hmm.
Venus is the ruling planet of Taurus, emphasizing themes of love, beauty, and harmony. And then in witchcraft, Venus energy can be harnessed for spells associated with self love, which I love that,
Mm-hmm.
attraction, and enhancing beauty.
Yeah, did you know? Well, I know you know. Do our people know that Venus has no moons? I had never really considered that.
Hmm. I
And
don't think I knew that.
it's also hotter than Mercury, even though Mercury is closer to the sun than
Hmm.
Venus is.
Hmm.
And one day on Venus is longer than 1 year on Venus. So they have their days go
Mm,
by faster, their years go by faster than their days.
that's cool.
Isn't that bizarre?
That's
That's
interesting.
bizarre. Yeah.
I love planets. I love
Mm-hmm.
learning about them. But along with this, we have a lot of balance and a lot of what is the word I'm looking for? Attributes that go with the ruling planet. So you
Yeah.
have love and relationships. We all know why love and relationships is a part of Venus because Venus
Mm-hmm.
governs matters of the heart.
Mm-hmm.
That could be romantic relationships, friendships, social interactions, anything like that. Taurus individuals under the influence of Venus tend to value stability, loyalty, and affection in their relationships. They are
Mm-hmm.
drawn to beauty and may have this strong aesthetic sense in the matters of love and partnership.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
They they do value beauty and aesthetics as well. They
Mm-hmm.
also value creativity and artistry, which I really like that. Venus inspires that creative and artistic
Mm-hmm.
side. So,
Mm-hmm.
Taurus people may possess artistic talents and enjoy engaging in creative pursuits. Maybe a lot of people who are a Taurus are art majors and want to be creative that way. Or maybe they find that they're creative in other ways that maybe you have a business major and they're creating a art business or artsy business, but
Mm-hmm.
they have that, you know, clerical side and then you have your creative side.
Mm-hmm.
They are also the ruled over Venus rules over sensuality and pleasure. I think that also
Mm-hmm.
goes with the love and relationships. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then there are a lot of rules over values and resources. So
Mm-hmm.
including those material possessions, finances, etc., all those resources, it is a very high, they have a very high value on security and all of that. I feel like I'm just like mumbling at this point.
No,
There's
this is
also
fascinating because I'm listening to it and going, "Oh, that's my mom," and my mom, yeah,
oh,
that fits
that,
my
yeah,
mom.
and I hope that whoever is a Taurus is like, oh, that's me, that's me.
Yeah,
But right now, I just
yeah.
feel like I'm just talking to talk. But they also value diplomacy and harmony. So
Hmm.
Venus encourages diplomacy, cooperation, and harmony in relationships, social interactions, and within yourself. Taurus individuals under the influence of Venus are generally peace-loving and strive to maintain balance and harmony in their lives.
I think that's accurate. I looked up some funny memes for Taurus too. Their favorite snack, chocolate covered strawberries, being classic and refined. My mom is right there.
Uh-huh.
Taurus as a ghost doesn't really do much, usually found in an inanimate object.
Okay.
Taurus as a small cat. They it's a green cat with a green cat plant. It was like a
Oh,
cat with a little green flower growing out of its head sitting in a planter.
uh-huh.
And their toxic trait is that when their feelings get hurt, yours are going to get bruised too.
Oh,
And they're known for repetitive things like playing the same 5 songs over and over and over and
okay,
over.
but who doesn't do that? I love a good repetitory song until I listen to it too much that I hate it and never listen to it again.
Hmm.
So, the symbol of Taurus is the bull, representing strength, determination, and stubbornness. And
Oh, my
then
mom is stubborn.
in witchcraft, the symbol may be invoked for spells or rituals that require persistence, endurance, and protection.
Okay.
The season, and I did a little bit too much on this one. I'm just the season falls during the spring season in the northern hemisphere at the time of growth, fertility, and abundance. This season is often associated with planting seeds, nurturing growth, and celebrating the beauty of nature.
Hmm.
I'm not going to talk about all the other stuff.
Okay.
It's just repetitory. And then the herbs and plants. Herbs and plants associated with Taurus include those with earthly scents and grounding properties, such as rose, patchouli, lavender, and jasmine.
Hmm.
The botanicals
The
can be used in, rituals, spells, potions to enhance stability, sensuality, and prosperity.
Okay.
Crystals that resonate with Taurus energy include emeralds, rose quartz, green adventurine, and moss agate. They're often
Okay.
associated with grounding, attracting love, and promoting abundance.
Huh. Yeah, I guess
Some,
green is
yep.
abundance. Yeah.
hmm Some magical intentions in witchcraft, Taurus energy can be harnessed for spells and rituals related to stability, prosperity, sensuality, and physical well-being. This can include spells for financial abundance, grounding rituals, self-care practices, or rituals to enhance physical pleasure and intimacy.
So even if we aren't a Taurus ourselves, when Taurus is in wherever it is that we
hmm
haven't learned yet, we
Sorry.
can use that
Yeah.
energy
Uh-huh.
in our work too
Yep.
for
hmm
us.
hmm
Interesting. Okay.
And then there is a shadow aspect to this, which I thought was
Okay.
really interesting. So I said, on the flip side, Taurus energy can sometimes manifest as stubbornness,
Hmm.
possessiveness, and resistance to change.
Okay.
And in witchcraft, practitioners may work to balance these tendencies by incorporating spells or rituals focused on flexibility, adaptability, and releasing attachment to material possessions.
Interesting.
So,
Okay.
stubbornness is a really big thing or a personality trait in
Hmm.
with Taurus
Taurus
individuals.
people. Hmm.
Possessiveness is one of those things how we were talking about earlier. Like that could be possessiveness over inanimate objects, people, relationships,
Hmm.
especially relationships. That could also be a possessiveness over routine. It could
Hmm.
anything.
Yeah, I could see that.
Overindulgence is also something that Tauruses have a problem with. I wouldn't say problem
Taurusinians.
because you can definitely enjoy life's pleasures and luxuries,
Hmm.
but maybe sometimes I feel like with a Taurus, it can lead to overindulgence.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then the resistance to change. So Tauruses like familiarity. They don't like to be, rooted up from where they are,
Yeah.
disturbed in any way. And this could be
Mm-hmm.
in routines, relationships, anything that takes them out of their comfort zone.
Yep. I can see that.
They do have that problem with
Mm-hmm.
materialism. And then
Mm-hmm.
they are also seen as lazy.
Oh,
Tauruses enjoy relaxation and comfort, which I do too. And it can
right.
sometimes veer into laziness, especially when faced with tasks that they find unappealing or challenging, which is also me. And then
My
last,
mom was never lazy ever in
yeah,
her entire life.
yeah,
So that one doesn't fit her.
uh-huh. And then last but not least, their stubbornness and their I don't want to say negative qualities because
Mm-hmm.
this isn't negative, but
Mm-hmm.
they're less liked qualities of resistance to grow. So
Mm-hmm.
they become too comfortable, and there are things that require them to step out of their comfort zone, which can be challenging or challenge their beliefs or how they, whatever it may be. And
Mm-hmm.
so this is something that they could work on when like having that resistance
Okay.
to growth, like maybe
Yeah.
be more
Maybe
open to growth and accept
maybe
that.
during their shadow work, they should work on that resistance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But that's all that I have, which I
That's
know
all
it's
that
a
I've
lot
got for this one. We only
for
did
this one.
4 and there are
Yes.
12. So we'll do more episodes, probably 4 at a time.
Yeah.
So a couple more episodes. I found this totally fascinating because, like I said before, I don't know much about the different zodiac signs other than my own
Hmm.
and people, like my significant others, like you said.
Yeah.
So I hope that you guys enjoyed it.
I
I
hope we did
certainly
it
learned a
justice.
lot from it. I hope so. Yeah, let us know your thoughts. If any of you
Yes.
are any of these 4, let us know if
Uh-huh.
we hit
Uh-huh.
it or
Yeah, like no,
missed
you
it
were
or
wrong.
uh-huh.
It wouldn't be the first time I
So
was wrong.
you gonna do the outro?
Sure. So,
Okay.
if you liked what you heard, you can find more at www.c3witchypodcast.com. There we have links to all of our social medias, all of our episodes, our newsletter.
Oh, we missed March,
Oops.
but we do have April's.
Yay!
Yay.
So stay tuned for that. You can also find episode updates. We like to post like what our episodes are about and everything, as well as our After Dark episodes, updates,
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. You can
Mm-hmm.
find where to listen to our After Dark series on our website as well. We are
Mm-hmm.
also working on merch, so don't miss out. We might already have it
Yes.
comes out. No, we won't.
No, it's going to be close
It's
though. It'll
gonna,
be
yeah.
soon to this episode because we both have been working on our
Uh-huh.
designs. I've gotten mine done. Ren's got to finish hers up, and
Mine
we
are going slow
we want to have it out in time so that people can buy
for
uh,
one of the Sabbats. No,
Llamas, and that
Letha,
Letha is next, and then Llamas.
Lamas and Letha.
So we've got to
So,
try
yep.
to get it
So
out soon so that you've
this
got time
batch
to get
of
it ordered.
what you want to call it,
Merch,
merch is it's gonna
merchandise.
last through Lamas, and then we'll come out with another.
Yeah, we'll do
So,
fall after this. So this
uh-huh.
one will last through the summer
Yeah.
or
So
into the summer.
I'm excited. I haven't made my designs yet, but I'm excited for what they're probably going to be.
Me
It's not,
too. I've
I
done
do
mine
like
and
to
I
do the
like them.
hoodies. And so it's not hoodie season anymore. So I
No,
can't put
not
any of my
anymore.
designs on hoodies. So we'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
But that's all we have.
Yes, thank you for
Mhm.
listening. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
And until then, stay witchy.
Woo.